what do people in fame do? They just look like they did not have a child, but they did. They're back to what they were. And I always look at us like, this is just not possible. No matter how good you are and how controlled you might be with your eating and your diet and your training, you possibly cannot bounce back to exactly what you were within 3 months.
Despite me being in the industry, I'm not going to say that I don't have body image issues. I do. Okay. For instance, people message me and be like, wow, you're being able to do this and you can look after your body like that. I actually look to someone who I think is even more so doing what I'm doing, but able to do it doubly better. Like women who are doing CrossFit while they're pregnant, women who are having a C-section and then coming back and competing in the women's CrossFit champions of the world. She's the second fittest woman on earth after 5 months of having a C-section. That's even 1 month less of me. Okay. So this is what I am looking at and being like, wow, how are they able to do this? A lot of this has to do with the habits that are already established in these women's lives. Genetics has a massive role, and what they eat prior to many years of eating well, eating high protein diets, like things like that, makes your skin a certain different texture, your elasticity in the skin, your actual fascia of your skin is very much a big response mechanism to how your body will react when your belly grows. Will you have more saggy skin? Will you get stretch marks? All of these things matter according to the diet that you had actually pre-pregnancy, which is what people don't understand. It's what you're eating before you got pregnant, how you were eating, your habits, what you prepared yourself for. That will actually enable how fast, in fact, you can postpartum recover. And that is why I feel like a lot of these women, their diets, there is a very big high number of non-vegetarian eating. At least I'm talking about some of these fitness women that I get inspired by because that's in my line. They are bouncing back with muscles that look like they never left because they eat meat, they eat protein, they eat a lot of creatine, and there's so much collagen in all of that protein that they eat. Like I was thinking like, let me order some collagen supplements because from my first pregnancy, I suffer from something called diastasis recti, which I feel like is something that is newly coming into everybody's minds at the moment. We did a check of yours, you don't have it. It can be enhanced by genetic, but it is also to do with the wrong abdominal pressure control, which a lot of people don't actually know. Postpartum is absolutely incredible. And it has a lot to do with what we were doing pre. And I think that is something that I feel is very misunderstood. And genetics plays a big role. The skin texture that we already have and are born with plays a big role. Our body posture and like alignment also contributes. Like for instance, I have a very small torso where my boobs literally end and belly button is such a small area, right? Now, where on earth is my baby going to grow? It's going to grow this way, right? Which is going to push my abdominal wall wider and bigger to make space. So these sort of things, women actually don't understand postpartum. Like the body you're given is the body that you've got. You have to accept flaws or not. Like this all matters. So a lot happens physically to the body that we need to be a lot kinder to ourselves about.